We typically imagine a cyber attack as hackers writing complex code to break through high-tech firewalls. In reality, attackers often take a much simpler route. They bypass the vault by convincing a staff member to open the door for them. This strategy is known as social engineering. Instead of targeting technical vulnerabilities, attackers target the predictable ways humans process information and emotion. They use specific emotional triggers to manipulate their targets. By creating fear, manufacturing urgency, or exploiting the desire to be helpful to a manager, they push employees to make quick, unexamined decisions. In the workplace, these attacks arrive as routine communications, an email or a chat notification, that suddenly demand high-priority action on a standard task. Even the most secure network remains vulnerable to a person reacting instinctively to a manufactured crisis. Consider a scenario where you receive a message that appears to be from your direct supervisor. They state they are stuck in a meeting and need you to immediately transfer the employee payroll file. The message contains a specific instruction designed to isolate you. It says, "I'm busy, do not call me, just send it here." This isolation tactic removes your ability to check with colleagues or follow standard verification steps, forcing a rapid and solitary decision. Neutralizing this trap requires a three-step defensive protocol: pause, verify, and think. Defense against a cyber threat begins the moment you identify that a request is rushing you. Step 1 is the pause. This is a deliberate, physical cessation of all interaction with your device the moment you feel pressure to act. This delay breaks the loop of artificial urgency. Taking your hands off the keyboard allows your brain to transition from an emotional response to a rational processing state. Resist the urge to reply to the sender or click links in the message to see where they lead. Attackers rely on speed to prevent you from spotting flaws. Imposing a delay of even a few seconds significantly lowers the probability of an attack succeeding. In cybersecurity, doing nothing for a moment is a highly effective active defense. After the pause, you must verify. This requires out-of-band confirmation, meaning you use an entirely separate official channel to contact the sender. You can find their official number in the company directory or use a verified internal messaging tool to ask if the request is real. Never verify the request by replying to the original suspicious message. This illustrates why. If the sender's account is compromised, the attacker controls the conversation. Your reply goes straight back to them, and they lie to validate the request. Contacting the person through an independent channel bypasses the attacker integrally and restores your control. A successful verification protocol physically moves the conversation out of the environment the attacker is trying to exploit. The final step is to think. You must evaluate the structural logic of the request before moving any data. Note the highlight on this screen. A request for a sensitive payroll file through an informal message is a major deviation from secure company procedure. Next, look at the time constraint. Attackers apply severe pressure to bypass the standard approvals that these types of requests usually require. Finally, consider the demand for isolation. A real manager would not tell you to avoid official contact methods while asking for sensitive information. When these factors are analyzed together, the logic falls apart. A legitimate request would never combine a policy violation with an order to remain silent. Once stripped of emotional pressure, the attack becomes obvious. After identifying a threat, many people simply delete the message and return to work. However, silence allows the threat to persist. If an attacker fails with you, they will immediately move on to target a different colleague who might be less prepared. Your final responsibility is to report the message to the IT or security team using the official reporting button. This single report allows the security team to analyze the threat and block the sender across the entire organization, protecting all your coworkers at once. Every report proactively secures the corporate ecosystem for everyone. You have now seen how to move from recognizing an emotional trap to securing a verified outcome. Use this checklist every time. Pause before you click. Verify before you trust. Think before you act. This framework applies to every digital communication you receive, regardless of the platform or who the sender claims to be. While software filters out many threats, your vigilance is the final, irreplaceable layer of security. A single methodical decision by one employee has the power to stop a sophisticated attack in its tracks.